Hey everyone, happy December 5th, 2023. It's just me. I had one of those episodes where I was moving before I even realized what I was moving for, and I think I probably got across my living room in record time to get my coat on. And please forgive the yawning. I was just arguing with myself in my head, and I think I wore myself out. But essentially, what happened was I got a compulsion. Had a compulsion. It was a little different this time. It wasn't like a panicky feeling where I have to get booze or I have to get cigarettes. This one, it was just like a lightning bolt, and I was off and away. And thankfully, when I went to check to see if my key was there before I locked the door, I kind of came to, and I sat outside and I was smoking. Because you had a smoke doesn't mean you have to drink. Doesn't mean you have to have another one. It also means I should probably throw out this pack of smokes, which I will do. Excuse me. But yeah, I was sitting out there, and then my dog Jack popped up in the window and was like, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I remember having a little thought. I'm not really sure if I was completely back to myself at that juncture, but I was thinking about an aunt I had who was deceased, and she was an alcoholic, and she used to call herself a binge drinker. And for a long time, I'd say, I'm a binge drinker, not an alcoholic. And it's only now that I realize that the two aren't mutually exclusive. You can be an alcoholic who binge drinks. And then, it took time to build up the self-honesty to say, you know what, I am an alcoholic. And one of the things that went through my head was that saying that I'm a binge drinker was just an excuse for a long time to avoid saying I'm an alcoholic, which I am. And I accept that, and I admit it. I admit I'm also a binge drinker in recovery. And I'm glad that some of my recovery is paying off and stopped me from making a mistake that I don't want to make. And one of the things I thought about was, if you screw up now, you're going to have to start all over again. And it's going to be even harder. And you've already been through these days. And you're going to feel sick the next day, and then you have to go to work for the next 2 weeks. Afterwards, you're going to feel compelled in that too, because you're going to be coming from what to me is a stressful situation, being around a ton of people, and being in neighborhoods where, or in the university where, drinking is pretty commonplace. People do it in the morning, afternoon, night. And yeah, I'm so thankful that whatever it was that stopped me, God, Christ, Jack, my keys, not getting locked out, whatever it was, kicked in, because I don't want to be sick tomorrow, and I don't want to be hiding, and I'm probably going to go hide and, cuddle with Jack. And one of the things I want to do before I do that is say, it was like a lightning bolt. Like, I was out that door faster than you could shake a stick. And it was only the briefest of moments of awareness or self-awareness that I caught what was happening. And if I had gotten on the bus, if it wasn't 29 minutes away, I may be on that bus. And if I had gotten that far, I would have been doing the mental gymnastics of, you're already here, you might as well spend your last 20 or 30 bucks and have a good time before you have to start going to work. And I was like, no, that's a dumb idea. If I do that, I won't have enough money for even tomato juice or V8 juice. And I was like, fuck, I love my V8 juice, and I get stressed out not having it in the morning and at night. Just calms me down. It's a good way for me to get my vitamins and minerals, because I don't always eat properly. And part of the reason for that is alcoholism, and the money I waste. And another part is due to just having no motivation. I haven't really had much motivation to even play video games um, since I had COVID last year. Doctor thinks it's long COVID or something. The CPAP machine has really helped me to actually get to sleep and stay asleep and not wake up with that brain fog that I used to get. But the downside, I'm having nightmares again and dreams again. And but I am more productive. And I just want you to know that I'm so proud of whoever is listening to this for every time you've caught yourself, and even more proud of you for the times that you have caught yourself and then stepped back from that edge. Because man, is it hard. And man, can your brain, if it's anything like mine, like it's an Olympic gymnast. Like it can get from sitting at the desk being like, oh, you know what would really help me immerse myself in this horror game that I shouldn't be playing because I have stress and anxiety? Fucking booze. I'll immerse myself, I'll be less aware, and I'll get scared even more. And just congratulate yourself for your little victories. I'm going to try and do that. I might meditate. One thing I'm definitely going to do is work on my little spreadsheet thing and write down what happened, what time, as close to time as I can remember. It's, I don't know, what time is it? Pardon my finger, 1:55. I'd say 1:40 or something. And then I'm going to go and try and stay out of trouble and stay away from the door and just rest, because it took a lot to come back inside, to be where I want to be with my dog, and playing video games if I want to, or reading, or writing in my journal compulsively, or vlogging, or talking to some of you on Discord. Savor your little victories. Don't rest on your laurels. And I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for me. I'm learning to have a little bit of self-love and less loathing. And just keep trying. I love you. I wish all of you the best. And as Mr. Rogers used to say, I like you just the way you are. This is a hurdle. Just because you suffer from alcoholism doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. You've done bad things. You can make amends or not. What you can do is admit that you've made mistakes, big ones sometimes, and try and practice some self-forgiveness. I know that's hard. I regret a lot of things I did in my past relationship. None of it was maybe verbally abusive, complaining, lying, manipulative, but I can't. Yeah, like when we broke up, it was, we're not going to talk to each other anymore, and I know it would just hurt, and it does hurt, and unfortunately, that's the weight of my sin, is that she doesn't want to hear sorry from me. I don't really want to hear sorry from me, but I have to forgive myself. I have to move on, because I'm just stuck in this cycle of screwing up and then remembering what could have been and thinking about what could have been and what was lost, instead of what I have, instead of thinking about the people who are here with me and the new relationships I've made. And I've got a long way to go. But this was what feels like the first step in the right direction that I've made for a very, very long time. And my therapist says I'm getting a little more resilient. I haven't always been as honest as I should be about how much I was drinking, how much I screw up. something I have to change, because when you hide stuff and you lie to yourself, that is just a recipe for disaster. Anyway, one of the things that I frequently screw up with is borrowing money. I paid back all my debts, thankfully, so I have some credit card debt, but that's being taken care of. I've paid back everyone else I owe, aside from one friend who I owe like $180 to. And I don't want to, like, one of the big things I don't want to do is get into that borrowing thing again. I'm finally getting out of it. I'm finally strong enough to realize how much I'm using and abusing people, manipulating them. And I don't like this guy that does that. I don't want to be that person whose phone calls get screened. I want to be a better man. And yeah, I have all the praise in the world for all of you who are going through this, have gone through it, are still going through it, are trying to make up your mind, are trying to tell yourself that it's not that bad, but in your heart maybe you know it is. And I think one of the most important things that you have to remember is that alcoholism is just a word. It's okay to say it. It's okay to admit that you are what you are. For a long time, I identified as being mentally ill. Like, I died. I was the disease. Not necessarily alcoholism. I was just like an avatar of chaos with it. It's not funny, but sometimes all you can do is laugh in the face of the universe. And you know what? Me being an avatar of alcoholism destroyed relationships, it upset families. I could have been homeless. I could be dead in a ditch. I could be dead in a toilet. I'm lucky I got some help. A lot of people don't have that, and my heart goes out to everyone who doesn't have a support network, and is clawing their way back on their own. I just want you to know that I will always listen. I'll always have a hug. If I could support you and build an alcohol treatment facility, God knows I would do it. But right now, one of the things I am doing is being a mental health advocate. I'm on a council now, and yeah, it's not always easy to talk to your doctor about alcoholism or addiction. So, you know, if you can admit it to yourself, that's a start, and I'm proud of you for it. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Jack, my dog, is rooting for you. You can see him in other videos. And stay strong. Bend, but don't break. I love all of you. And Sky, I love you too. Lots of people love us. You might be angry with us. Really angry with us. Really hurt by us. But we're only human. And I think most of us are probably doing the very best that we can. Anyway, this has gone on way longer than I intended for it to do. And I don't think anyone's really going to ever watch 14 minutes of me talking about this, but you know what? They don't have to. This helps me. Helps you. Sky, that guy right there with that on. So yeah. Be good. Bye.